Hi everyone and welcome to Learn English at the Florrie. These sessions are our advanced classes, so if you've already acquired some English and you want to develop your spoken and written ability, then these are the classes for you. If you're new to English, you might struggle slightly with these classes, so the classes for you to go to on our website would be English for Beginners. Okay, so my name's Helen and I'm an English teacher, and I'm going to hopefully be helping you to talk about yourself and your hobbies, to identify and discuss a range of different British food and also food from your own culture. This one's really important here. We're going to be looking at how to access your local services in your area. So it might be how to access your job centre, it might be how to access your local GP, your local school. So we're going to spend quite a lot of time looking at that. We're going to look at how to make social arrangements with others, so how to actually make plans with other people. We're going to look at how to budget. So this one is an interesting one. We're going to be looking at how to actually budget and plan our finances effectively. We're also going to be looking at making sure you understand and know your rights in the workplace. And the last thing we'll be doing on this course is looking at and identifying and understanding popular Liverpool sayings. So there might be some words and phrases that you hear in Liverpool that you might not hear anywhere else. They're just common to our area. So we're going to be looking at what some of those phrases are and what they mean. So we'll be following resources from the British Council for this unit. Okay. Each session will be around 20 to 25 minutes on this one. And today, for our first session, we're going to be looking at how to talk about yourself and your hobbies. So on the beginners sessions, we're looking really about greetings and introductions. So hello, my name is. So with this course, we're looking at developing that further. So how can we talk about our life, our job, or our routine? So our routine, what we do, when we do it, why we do it. So there's two ways to do this. As you're watching, you can either click on this link here now and copy and paste it into your search bar and do it on your own. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to click on it and guide you through it. So you can take part with me or you can do it on your own. Okay. So I'm going to share a new screen now. Okay, so we're going to watch this video together. We're going to answer some questions and then you'll end by seeing if you can actually write some questions about your own routine and also answer them. Okay. So watch it and listen really carefully because we're going to be answering some detailed questions to follow. Okay.
Every day, I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Because I drive a taxi and I work at night. That's why every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you drive a taxi and work at night?
Because I want a big house and I need a lot of money. That's why I drive a taxi and I work at night. And every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you want a big house and need a lot of money?
Because I have 20 cats. That's why I want a big house and I need a lot of money. So I drive a taxi and I work at night. And every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you have 20 cats?
Because I feel very lonely. That's why I have 20 cats. So I want a big house and I need a lot of money. So I drive a taxi and I work at night. And every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you feel very lonely?
Because I don't have time to meet my friends. That's why I feel very lonely. So I have 20 cats. So I want a big house and I need a lot of money. So I drive a taxi and I work at night. And every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why don't you meet your friends?
Because I sleep all day and I work all night. And every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so hopefully you watched and listened, and we're now going to have a go at answering some questions. So I'm going to guide you through the questions, and I'd like you to not just wait for me to answer, but actually try and do it yourself as well. So he goes to bed in the evening and sleeps all night. No, because obviously he drives his taxi. He goes to bed in the morning and sleeps all day. He has a job. Yes, because he drives a taxi. He lives in a big house. Which one do you think it is? No. He wants a big house. He has lots of cats. Yeah, he's got 20 cats, a lot of cats. He often feels sad because he doesn't see his friends. Yeah, he feels lonely because he doesn't have time to meet his friends. Okay, so this one here, we need to match the picture with the sentence from the story. So this is a picture of a man in a house. So I'm going to go for this one. I want a big house and I need a lot of money. So we drag it there. So if you're doing it at home, that's all you do. I drive a taxi and work at night. Well, that's a taxi there. So I'm going to place that one there. This is talking about bed and I can see a bed. So I'm going to match that there. Okay, brilliant. So I have 20 cats. So where can we see a picture of a cat? There we go. I feel lonely. Well, he's on the couch on his own there, so I think that would go there. He doesn't have time to meet his friends. So hopefully you got that right at home. Let's see the next one. So we're going to skip this one actually, because it wasn't actually working before. So we're going to go on to the next one. Get off this. Right, so this is a sentence from the video we've watched. And what I want you to do, I want you to look at these words here and have a look at where you think they'd go. Now, a top tip, let's look for the word with a capital letter to go at the start of the sentence. And then obviously let's look for the word that has a full stop to go at the end. So I can see that that starts with a capital. So I'm going to just pop that there. Now, which word can we see that ends with a full stop? Morning. Okay. So every day I go, and we might change the order as we go. We don't have to get it right first time. I go to bed. Now, a little bit of a clue. There's on the image, it tells us the time. I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning. And hopefully we've got that right. Every day I go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's see if we get it right. Yeah, brilliant. Now let's have a go at our next one. So same as before, which one starts with the capital? There. Friends, full stop, and let's fill in the gaps. I don't have time to meet my friends. Brilliant. Now, this was the image from the story. Again, let's use our top tip. Talking about himself, lonely has a full stop, so that would go there. He feels very lonely, so he's not just a little bit lonely, he's very, very lonely, okay? And why is he very lonely? Can you remember why? Because he works all the time, doesn't he? Okay? Top tip. end that there. I have 20 cats, a lot of cats. Right, now we're going to get this order right. I want a big house, and what do you need to have a big house? Let's try and work it out. So there's our full stop. I want a big house, and what does he need a lot of? A lot of money. Okay, hopefully you got that right. So this is just looking at the sentences that were spoken in the video and the ones that we've just looked at there. And we're just going to try and work out which words from the bottom here we'd put in to make these sentences complete. And as you're watching this, hopefully you're picking up on how to talk about your routine. Every day you do what and why. So every day you can't drive to bed, so I'm going to go for I go to bed. Oops, there we go. Can you drive a taxi? You can. Because I drive a taxi. And what do you tend to do at night? He works at night. Some people, I was going to say sleep, but we don't have sleep on there. What does he want? What did it say before he wanted? It said he wanted a big house. What do you have? So just before that last clip, he said he needed a lot of money. He has 20 cats. He feels, that's an emotion, and he cannot meet his friends. So have you got that right at home? Let's check. We have. So when we talk about our routine, that man's talking about the day, the morning, the night. So it's really important when we talk about times of the day, we say it correctly. So we'd always say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but we don't say in night or in 7 o'clock. We'd say at night or at 10 o'clock. So just look at that again, look at that visual again. And now let's see if we can actually remember. So in, at, and at. Right. Every day I go to bed. Would it be in 10 o'clock or at? I'm going to go for at. In the morning. Every day I get up at 7 o'clock. In the evening. I sleep in the afternoon. I drive a taxi and I work at night. Have we followed that rule correctly? Yeah. And here's our top tip. We use at with time, and with night we use in, with the morning and the afternoon. So what we're going to do now, we are going to watch a little video, and it's based on the story we listened to before. But what you have to do here is you have to type in the gaps, or if you're at home, you can just write it on paper or just simply watch me. Okay, so this is you now remembering the words and typing them down. It's a little bit harder now, okay? Go to bed at 10 o'clock. Morning, did you get that right? Let me see if I got it right. Yeah, brilliant. Let's try the next one. Drive. Hey, what does he drive? A taxi. Was it day or was it night? I think it was night. You got this right. Brilliant. Next one. I want a big house and he needs a lot of money. There we go, left the S on. So watch the video and type the words in the gaps. You might even be able to do this without watching the video, but I'll play it. Feels very lonely. Yeah, just to add, if you do spell anything wrong, it will come up. So this is actually a really good way of practicing our spellings as well. Okay. I don't have time to meet my friends. So what we've done so far is we've looked at an example of someone talking about their life, their routine and their job. We've watched that, we've listened to it, we've answered questions on it to make sure we understood. We've then filled in the gaps, and we've also practiced writing down the words for stickability, okay? So what we're going to do now is, let's see if you can actually talk about your routine. So if you're at home doing this, you might want to talk to someone at home now and say, you might ask them a question, you know, what time do you go to bed? And then they can tell you, or vice versa. So I'm going to do it from my perspective. What time do you go to bed? So I'm going to answer that. I go. You'll notice I'm using the words from the question in my answer. I'm the same as that man. I go to bed about 10, but at night, not in the morning. I go to bed at 10 p.m. What do you do? What's your job? I am an English teacher. Oops. Make that a capital letter. Do you have any pets? Yes. I have a dog. So just see if you can actually practice that at home. Get used to asking people those questions as well as answering them. Do you want anything? What would I want? So that man says, well, he said he needs. I want another dog. Do you need anything? I need a glass of water. Is there anything you don't have time to do? What is it? So I don't have time to, let's see, watch the television. So what I want you to do now at home is practice asking the person you're at home with, do you want anything? What is it? And practice answering it back. Do the same for the other questions and start building this into your routine at home. So this brings us towards the end of our session for this week. And what I just want us to do, we'll do this at the end of each one. Just go through these points here and work out, do you understand it or did you not understand it? So I can understand someone talking about their daily life. So did you understand that video? Were you able to answer the questions? If you think, yeah, click on that. If not, just make a little note that you might need to look at this video again and practice it again. I can understand words to describe everyday routine. So were you able to understand the morning, the night, the afternoon? If you can, tick there. If not, look at the video again. Do you understand when you'd use in and when you'd use at? And based on the activity we've just done together there, can you actually write about your daily life? So can you ask someone about their life? Can you answer back about your own? Okay, so we've passed. So if anyone didn't understand some of the work there, feel free to go back to that again. And what we'll be doing next week is we'll be moving on to looking at identifying and discussing a range of different parts of British culture, such as food, and in particular we'll be looking at accessing local services. So hopefully you've picked up some tips today about talking about your routine, guys. Okay, and I'll see you next week.